Hello everyone! This is for all the children at home during this COVID-19 pandemic. Join ACE Radio School to continue learning while at home. This is for the nursery, primary, and secondary school children. We will be teaching you literacy, numeracy, and STEM subjects. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Maths. This is an ACE Charity initiative powered by Grundfos Foundation.
This broadcast is for secondary school students. Hello listeners, my name is Adesami Temitayo and I welcome you to today's English class on ACE Radio School. Today, I will be teaching you the rules for question tag. In our previous lesson, we learned that a question tag is a type of question often found at the end of a statement, which could either be positive or negative. We learned that question tags help to confirm if the statement made is true or not. We also learned positive and negative statements. Before we talk about the rules of question tags, let us learn about auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are known as helping verbs, used together with a main verb to show the verb's tense or to form a negative or positive question. Examples of auxiliary verbs are have, do, is, can, will. Examples of how auxiliary verbs are used in sentence are: she is going to the market. They will play football. He can draw. He doesn't know how to dance. Now let us discuss the rules to the placement of question tags. There are two basic rules for question tag placement. The first rule is if the statement is positive, the tag must be negative. I take it again. The first rule states, if the statement is positive, the question tag must be negative. Let us look at the following positive statements. You are a boy. In this statement, the auxiliary verb are is used. The question tag to be used is aren't you? So the positive statement used the verb are. The question tag used is aren't. Let us look at another example. She is a mother. This is another positive statement. The auxiliary verb used is. She is a mother. Now, what question tag do we use? The question tag that goes with this statement is isn't she? You need to remember that the question tags is goes with isn't, are goes with aren't, will goes with won't, could goes with couldn't, can goes with can't, do goes with don't. You can say he is a boy, isn't he? When you use is in a statement, the question tag to use is isn't. You cannot say he is a boy, won't he? That's incorrect. So take note. Let's take a look at more examples. You will tell him my secret, won't you? She is early this morning, isn't she? We are playing football today, aren't we? Let us consider one other example. You like noodles, don't you? In this case, the statement you like noodles doesn't have verbs like is, are, do, can, etc. Therefore, in this case, don't was used in the question tag. Other examples are, you skip, don't you? He speaks German, doesn't he? Rule number 2. If the statement is negative, the question tag must be positive. I take it again. If the statement is negative, the question tag must be positive. Let us consider this negative statement. He doesn't speak Yoruba. This is a negative statement because of the auxiliary verb doesn't. The question tag that will be used for this statement is, does he? He doesn't speak Yoruba. Does he? The statement is negative and the question tag is positive. Another example. We are not playing football. What is the question tag that goes with this statement? Remember, the statements used are not. The question tag is, are we? We are not playing football. Are we? Example. Other examples include, you don't like noodles, do you? You won't tell him my secret, will you? She isn't early this morning, is she? Alright, let's do a recap of what has been learned today. We learned that there are 2 basic rules guiding the use of question tags. These rules state that a negative statement attracts a positive question tag, while a positive statement attracts a negative question tag. Always remember to use the question mark after your question tags. Is that taken? Good. Now it's question time. I'd like you to listen attentively to the following questions and send the correct answer. 1. A positive statement attracts a negative question tag. True or false? I take question 1 again. A positive statement attracts a negative question tag. True or false? Question 2. What is the correct question tag for this statement? We speak English every day. Question 2 again. What is the correct question tag for this statement? We speak English every day. Question 3. A dash question tag is linked to a negative statement. Question 3 again. A dash question tag is linked to a negative statement. Send your responses as a text message indicating your name, gender, state, and subject, that is English, and the state you currently live in to 070 363 03182. I take the number again, 070 363 03182. All right, well done students for participating with your friends in today's English lesson. You can catch up on past episodes on our YouTube channel called Ace Radio School. Don't forget to subscribe. Until I come your way again, it's Adesami saying bye for now.
This is an ACE Charity initiative powered by Grundfos Foundation.
This broadcast is for secondary school students. Hello listeners, my name is Mrs. Oluwashina Teniola and I welcome you to today's mathematics class on ACE Radio School. Previously, I explained ratio and how ratio can be simplified. I will also like to supply answers to the assignment I gave in the previous session. 1. Simplify 8 ratio 12. Simplify 8 ratio 12. The answer is 2 ratio 3. Question 2. If there are 15 chairs in a class and 6 tables in a class, what is the ratio of chairs to tables? What is the ratio of chairs to tables? The ratio of chairs to table is 5:2. Today, I'll be teaching you rates. I will explain the ratio between two related quantities in different units. Get your pen and notebook and let's get ready to learn. What is rate? A rate is a special ratio in which the two terms are in different units. I'll take that again. A rate is a special ratio in which the two terms are in different units. For example, the cost of fuel per liter. The cost of fuel per liter. The amount of naira per dollar. The amount of naira per dollar. To describe rate, the word per is used to separate the units of the two measurements. To describe rate, the word per is used to separate the units of the two measurements. Consider this example. The cost of 5 liters of fuel is 1,000 naira. The cost of 5 liters of fuel is 1,000 naira. What is the cost of fuel per liter? What is the cost of fuel per liter? This is quite easy. If 5 liters cost 1,000 naira, then 1 liter of fuel will be 1,000 divided by 5. That is 1,000 divided by 5 equals 200. And the cost of fuel per liter is 200 naira. Fantastic! This is known as the unit rate. It is interesting to note that once you can find the unit rate, it is interesting to note that once you can find the unit rate, it's easier to find the other quantity. Let's consider another example. 3 apples weigh 375 grams. What is the weight of 1 apple? 3 apples weigh 375 grams. What is the weight of 1 apple? This is quite easy. If 3 apples weigh 375 grams, then 1 apple will weigh 375 divided by 3. 375 divided by 3 equals 125. And the weight of 1 apple is 125 grams. Fantastic! Let's consider another interesting example. The distance from Musa's house to his school is 900 meters. The distance from Musa's house to his school is 900 meters. Musa spent 15 minutes on his way to school. Musa spent 15 minutes on his way to school. What distance does he cover per minute? What distance does he cover per minute? This is very easy. If he covers a distance of 900 meters in 15 minutes, then in 1 minute he will cover a distance of 900 divided by 15. 900 divided by 15 equals 60 meters. Therefore, Musa covers a distance of 60 meters in 1 minute. That is 60 meters per minute. Great! Let's do this together. A farmer employed a laborer to work with him. The farmer pays the laborer 14,000 naira weekly. How much will the laborer earn per day? A farmer employed a laborer to work with him. The farmer pays the laborer 14,000 naira weekly. How how much will the laborer earn per day? First, how many days are there in a week? Did you say 7 days make a week? Absolutely correct. If the laborer earns 14,000 naira in 7 days, then in 1 day he will earn 14,000 divided by 7. 14,000 divided by 7 equals 2,000 naira. Therefore, the laborer earns 2,000 naira per day. Great job! Well done, listeners. We have come to the end of today's session. We learned about rates and that it is a special ratio in which the two terms are in different units. We also learned that the word per is used to separate the two different units and solve questions on rates. Great! I would like you to try this as an assignment and send in your answers to this phone number 070-3630-3182. Type your name, age, gender, if boy type male, if you're a girl type 6, and the state you currently live in. I hope you have done that. And the state you currently live in. I hope you have done that. Now the questions. 1. The cost of 10 kg of chicken is 15,000 naira. The cost of 10 kilogram of chicken is 15,000 naira. What is the cost of chicken per kilogram? What is the cost of chicken per kilogram? Okay, I'll be expecting your answer. You can catch up on past episodes on our YouTube channel called Ace Radio School. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, it's bye for now.
This is an ACE Charity initiative powered by Grunfos Foundation.
This session is for secondary school students. Hello listeners, my name is Mrs. Mosi and I'm your ACE Radio School biology teacher. In the previous lesson, we got introduced to the digestive system and what it does. We also learned about the parts of the digestive system. Today, we are going to learn about the functions of the digestive system and the functions of the parts of the digestive system, which we learned about last week. Make sure you have your notebook and pen to take notes. Can you remember the parts of the digestive system? Let me remind you again. We have the mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, anus, pancreas, gallbladder, and liver. Can you also remember that in our previous lesson, we got to know what happens in these parts? Today, we'll learn more about them. Let us start again with the mouth. Once food enters into the mouth, you start chewing your food into pieces so that it is easily digested. Your saliva mixes with the food to begin to break it down into a form your body can absorb and use. Saliva is a digestive juice made in a gland called salivary gland. Saliva moistens your food so that whatever you are eating is easily passed down to the stomach. The saliva has an enzyme that begins to break down starches in your food. When your food leaves the mouth, it passes through the esophagus. Like we learned last week, the esophagus is a pipe that is behind your throat that helps the chewed food roll to the stomach. It is located near your windpipe, and it receives the food from your mouth as you swallow. As the food moves through your esophagus, there are a series of muscular contractions. That is, the esophagus helps propel the food downwards to the stomach. At the bottom of the esophagus, there is a ring-like muscle called the lower esophageal sphincter that has to relax or open to let the food out. The sphincter then contracts or closes and prevents the contents of the stomach from flowing back into the esophagus. If the sphincter fails to contract, it means the content of the food flows back to the esophagus, and that's when you may experience a heartburn. Next is the stomach. The stomach is a muscular organ located on the left side of the upper abdomen, and it receives food from the esophagus. It is when the stomach is full that you know you might not need to eat anymore. In the stomach, the food is held for hours, and the stomach releases acids and enzymes that breaks down and digests the food. The stomach releases gastric juice, which mixes with the food and converts it to chyme. C-H-Y-M-E, chyme. The cells in the stomach lining, which is known as rugae, R-U-G-A-E. It secretes strong acids that are responsible for the breakdown of the food. The enzymes in the stomach mix with the food and make sure the food is broken down in forms that the other organs in the body need. When the chyme has been processed enough, it is now released into the small intestine. There is a pyloric sphincter, which is a muscular valve. It's just like a door that opens to allow the food pass from the stomach to the small intestine. The small intestine is an organ where almost all the absorption of nutrients take place. When you eat rice and it has undergone the processes I earlier stated, it is in the small intestine that the carbohydrate is absorbed into the body. The small intestine is between the stomach and the large intestine. It is in the small intestine that bile is received and pancreatic juice is released so that digestion is easier. The small intestine has three parts known as duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. The duodenum is the shortest part, and that is where preparation for absorption of nutrients begins. The jejunum is for the absorption of nutrients into the body through its lining known as enterocytes. The main function of the ileum is to absorb vitamin B12, bile salts, and any product of digestion that wasn't absorbed by the jejunum. After absorption of nutrients is done, what is left cannot be digested, and this is moved to the large intestine. But before we talk about the large intestine, let us learn a bit about what happens in the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder. The pancreas is located in the abdomen, and it helps break down fats, carbohydrates, and protein to what the body can use so the body cells work very well. The pancreas has two main functions. One, it helps in digestion and it helps to regulate the blood sugar. The pancreas delivers juice to the small intestine. The liver is a large organ that is on the right side of the stomach. It is reddish brown in color and is protected by the rib cage. The liver has two large sections called the right and left lobes. The liver's main job is to filter the blood coming from the digestive tract before passing it to the rest of the body. The liver also makes proteins important for blood clotting and other functions. The gallbladder sits under the liver, along with parts of the pancreas and intestines. The liver and these organs work together to digest, absorb, and process food. The gallbladder stores bile that has been produced by the liver. and the gallbladder squeezes bile into the small intestine through its ducts, and this bile helps to digest fats. Now we'll talk about the large intestine. The large intestine is the last part of the gastrointestinal tract. The large intestine is below the waist and is joined to the end of the small intestine at the cecum. After the small intestine absorbs nutrients from the food, the part of the food that is not needed by the body moves to the large intestine. The large intestine absorbs water from this, and the remaining waste material is stored as feces till the body is ready to discard it. The large intestine is connected to the anus, and it's through the anus that the waste product or feces is finally discarded. You can see from the above explanations how the parts of the digestive system work. Next week, we'll learn what happens when we eat our favorite foods. Thank you for listening. But before you go, here's a little assignment for you to do. Send in your answers to the phone number 070-6303-182. Type your name, your age, your gender. If you are a boy, type M-A-L-E. And if you are a girl, type F-E-M-A-L-E. Your class, the subjects, and the state you currently live in. I hope you have done that now. We have come to the end of today's lesson. If you can, subscribe to our Ace Radio School YouTube channel to catch up on topics you have missed. Our channel on YouTube is Ace Radio School. Bye everyone, and be sure to tune in next week.
Hello everyone. This is for all the children at home during this COVID-19 pandemic. Join Ace Radio School to continue learning while at home. This is for the nursery, primary, and secondary school children. We will be teaching you literacy, numeracy, and STEM subjects. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and maths. This is an ACE Charity initiative powered by Grundfos Foundation.